Good morning, Diecast friends, family, channel viewers. It's Tuesday again. 3 days a week are Tuesday now. The day only has 10 hours. Time is sped up, and there's nothing we can really do about it. It's just ours is to accept and to adapt. Today is just going to be kind of a regular coffee and cars day. And one of these days I'm going to get it through my head that the name of the cars are on the back, so that when I'm showing you and I'm trying to read, like, what does that say? I can actually just read the back, and I'll figure it out eventually. So there are 5 cars for the archive, and then I'm going to show you some stuff that Bill Wilkinson sent in the form of trade. Before we get in, also be sure to stick around after the cars, because I have a special update. Not a rant, nothing angry or nasty, just information that you might find useful. So I was in the Chevy Tahoe place yesterday, and weirdly I found one of these. It's it's needed for the archive. I kind of would like one because I do collect Dodge trucks, but this one is for the archive specifically. It's a 2020 Ram 1500 Rebel. And I guess the Rebel is kind of like the Raptor. It's like the high performance limited edition version of the 1500, whereas the Raptor is that for Ford. Red edition. So that's where that's going. I wouldn't mind another one for myself, but I'm pretty open, pretty lax about. I'm intentionally not being a completist. Like, I gotta have that one. So the archive takes priority over my own collection today. So here's some stuff that Mr. Bill sent. A Zamac. Speaking of the Ford Raptor, the Zamac, however you choose to pronounce it, zucchini and mushrooms and cottage cheese version of the Ford. What does it say? What's the grand title? It's a 17 Ford F-150 Raptor. So that's definitely going to the archive because I don't like them myself. Another for the archive, the Land Rover Defender. It's very blue. Let's see if we can get that video feedback going on. Wow. I think that was mostly reflections, not feedback. But here is the Land Rover Defender 90, the Zamac version. So this one is for the archive. But there's another one for me. I requested 2. I said, yeah, go ahead and send 2 of those, because I've fallen into Land Rover collecting. Not Range Rover, Land Rover. And not Rover cars either, just Land Rovers. So here it is again. I'll pop that up on my little open air Rover shelf. That'd be a good thing to show you on Sunday, on Show and Tell Sunday. Last time I talked about my Toyota trucks, I forgot the Toyota pickup 4x4s too, so you gotta rewind to those. And then there were some Lucy's. I don't even know what this is. I just know I don't have it. I don't know what its name is. It's the Porsche 911 Targa, and it's a beauty. Might have a couple scuffs right there, but no biggie, not a deal breaker. I have to have this. And then this is from the Gleam team, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that, like ridged skin that it has. This one has some black marks on it, which might be magic marker. I don't know. I'm going to have to see. I'll see if I can get that off. If not, no biggie. I still want it for my Stingray collection. And I think I'm going to have to establish a Stingray box soon because, man, I have a lot of them. And then two that I already have. So I guess I'm going to use these for trade fodder. A Corgi Porsche Carrera, the big chunky with the red interior. I have this one in just slightly, it's not new either, it's slightly better shape. So I'm going to keep the one I have and use this one to trade forward. And I have this too. It's the 911 Turbo. It's a 930. I think the name was Porsche 911 Turbo from Hot Wheels. Doesn't say on the bottom. It's blank. Or does it? Does it say? I can't tell. I don't really want to put the glasses back on. But this is the slant nose 930. And I have one in better shape. Also not new. I mean, I would love to find one of these new, but they go for a significant price. So that leaves the archive ads, which I already spoiled it by showing you the back of this one. The Feline Lucky, which you see on the counter at Chinese restaurants. And this has a special feature. Let's see if I can activate it without it being on the ground. The beckoning paw. It says, hi, bet me. And yeah, I don't want this, but it's got to go in the archive because it's a 2025 release. The Skull Shaker in white. And this is pretty new. It's not what I expect to be a great seller, but it's new. So we've moved a few of them. More on that in a minute. As it rolls, the head bobs back and forth, shaking his skull. Get it? It's like a tuned bone shaker, skull shaker. And what series does this come from? They don't really, Xperia Motors, they don't really have a tuned series. They have a tuned 5-pack this year, but as far as I know, there's no sub-series called tuned. So they're putting these like tuned cars in other sub-series. This black Ford pickup, the 56. And it's the Day of the Dead. It's from the Celebration Racers, I think. Yeah, Celebration Racers. Is it Cinco de Mayo or Day of the Dead? I'm assuming it's... Oh, the Land Lowrider is the Cinco de Mayo. This is the Day of the Dead release. So I've seen little mini collections of just the Day of the Dead cars. One of them is a treasure hunt, I think. Pretty neat. Maybe I'll do that one day. But this one, with its chrome interior, is going to the archive. I would customize this. If I was a customizer, I'd want one of these to customize. Get rid of that chrome interior in bed for one thing. Sheesh. And then the Skyline. It's an R32, right? No, it's an R33. But this came in 2 colors, and it's very difficult to tell the difference. You have to get really close with a flashlight. This one is the blue one. The black one is already in the archive. But the card is identical, as far as I know. And the car, even like looking at the two side by side, it's really difficult to tell the difference. The way I can tell is if I put a flashlight up to the car. This one is obviously blue metal flake, and the other one is obviously just gloss black. Maybe if I open this, I can put it close to the camera and you can see what I'm talking about. I think people are a little burnt out on this casting because this does not sell super well. Yeah, you can clearly tell that that's blue on camera. See, blue metal flake. But in the package, it's a little more difficult. I think they both even have white rims, which is a dirty trick by Mattel. And then lastly, obviously I kept one of these a long time ago. The blue 2002. We saw it in yellow earlier this year. And there was a Zamac version. So officially this is the third color. Blau. And I may have said this before. My daughter is rebuilding a Subaru WRX right now. And man, is it a pain in the ass. So it's kind of convinced me that I might be done with car restoration and messing around with cars. But if I ever do, what I'm going to do is just get a 2002 that's not running and take a long, long time and just kind of rebuild it. Maybe when I'm like in my 70s, I'll have this little hot rod 2002 tool around down in. Who knows? Maybe not. I might just stick with diecast. My dog wants to come in. Hold on one second. So here's the update portion of the video. This is really hard to put into words, but I feel compelled to do it because I get accused of being wishy-washy all the time. And it's not so much I am wishy-washy, but with this diecast, ignitiondiecast.com thing, I'm just trying to do what works and cut out the things that are bad ideas. So a couple days ago, I established this least popular 15, and then somebody bought some, and instead of deleting them, I just expanded it to the bottom 25. And I was calling them bag warmers, and I did a video called The Biggest Losers. Well, I got a lot of feedback from that video, mostly via emails, via the contact form on the website. And the second most popular message I got was that's very derogatory, and these cars, a lot of people love these cars and they like fantasy cars, and the worst selling 25 of 2025 so far in the years, the releases are pretty much known at this point, are mostly fantasy cars. And I had a lot of people upset and sad that I would call these cars losers even though they don't sell well. And there was even a very poignant message about how I don't understand Hot Wheels' sense of humor or their whimsy in releasing these cars, and that Hot Wheels has never really been serious. And that's a fair point. I mean, I like licensed cars. I like Porsches, and the Buick Riviera is probably my favorite car of the year so far, the black one. The Land Rover double cab in maroon, like these cars are beautiful. But there's a place for the street wiener and the donut cars and the toilet cars. People find them funny and they like them. So fair enough. I'm not going to be a jerk and relegate those to like loser status or the worst of the year or whatever. Another point was that, sorry, my dog was causing trouble again. Bobby has an extremely big bark for his size. He's this big, but his bark is like big. The other point people were making about the peg warmer section, the bottom 25, people kept telling me, what about this car? What about the Dragon Wagon? And what about the High Roller? And it's a fair point. Like, these cars kind of are slow movers too. And after about 4 messages, I kind of realized that most of the main line that Hot Wheels puts out these days are not popular. Like, I would say like 200 of the 250 are like cars that people aren't super excited about, and maybe 50, which might be being generous, are the cars that everybody wants, likes. The scalpers are hoarding and stuff, and like there's the pink Porsche and the Formula One cars, and then there's the Gotta Go and the Dior 3. But to summarize and to wrap this up, I'm going to get rid of the peg warmer section, because it's kind of derogatory. It's prejudiced. It reflects my opinions, but not everybody's opinion. And the main line is such a mixed bag of fantasy cars and licensed cars that the only really logical thing to do is just to carry it all. And I'm still going to be able to have fun, like hunting for the stuff to filling the holes in the 1 through 250 and all the recolors and stuff. So the side effect of me being able to go out and look for stuff is still there. But in terms of like the public facing ignitiondiecast.com, within a couple of days, probably be finished with the 2025 today, and I'll do the rest as the time allows. But I think just going back to being comprehensive in terms of loose cars, like offering every single 2025, as many 2024s and years past as I can get my hands on, and just kind of being like a loose car source for those weird collectors that collect loose cars. And you may notice that the signage has changed to Ignition Diecast Archive, because if we're going to sell mostly loose cars, it's sort of like an archive that you can come and get that 2024 car that you slept on last year. But now I'm starting to ramble. I'm going to finish this coffee and talk to you tomorrow, which is Wishlist Wednesday. Wednesday comes after Tuesday. But then we'll have it'll be Tuesday again, and then it'll be Tuesday again, and so on, and so I'll talk to you soon.